Welcome. Today's journey, we're going to venture into the city of Melbourne. Before we start our journey, we're going to relax into the body through an exercise of visualization and relaxation. To begin the journey, I'd like you to sit in an upright position or lying down flat on the ground. I want you to imagine that you're holding in your hands a hot decaf, weak, soy, cappuccino with no chocolate on the top. I want you to imagine this ridiculous coffee order and imagine it in your hands, warm, very North Fitzroy, a little bit wanky. I want you to hold it and feel the warmth in your fingertips, in your palms. And I want you to imagine that warmth slowly creeping up your arms. I also want you to feel the entitledness to that order. That you, as the customer, can order such a ridiculous coffee and that it's acceptable in a place like Melbourne. I want you to feel the warm crawling up your arms, your shoulders, down into your heart, and breathing in and out. The warmth is now going down your stomach, your backside, through to your legs. We're going to begin tonight's journey in Fed-itation Square, looking at the beautiful surroundings, and you notice how odd it is to see such a modern structure around so many old buildings. You think, it's pretty whack. The church, Flinders Street Station, the surrounding parklands, and this really quite unusual structure. You've accepted the beauty of this, but I wonder, how did they get this approved? Would have been probably really difficult. It's quite artistic, but like in a, I don't know, I'm not an architect. Maybe this is a question you should pose to your friends or any travelers, because it's quite a spectacular but sort of weird building. You like it? We're walking towards Flinders now, and we're seeing all the different colourful and interesting people. It's so diverse. We've got young schoolgirls dressed in their private school uniform. They're a bit loud, and you think, oh, why do they always have to be in groups? And they've got their bags on the ground. Anyone could trip over them. We're seeing the young couples cuddling in together on the steps. You're not offended by public affection, but sometimes it can get a bit much. But that's Melbourne. It's romantic. It makes you in the moment. You continue to look around and you're seeing buskers on the street. There's a busker who's wearing a bunny costume and playing the bass. He's getting really into it. He's quite the performer. You wonder why he's decided to wear a bunny costume. Why not Darth Vader or a giant M&M or, I don't know, something a little bit more left of centre. But then again, he is a dude wearing a bunny costume playing the bass. That's got to get you some coin. We're walking down Elizabeth Street now. You're noticing the blue stones at your feet and some of the incredibly old buildings. You wonder what Melbourne must have been like before. There must have been large eucalyptus trees, kangaroo feet blossoming, the river wide and flowing. You think about the nature of change, of the environment, and you wonder, what will Melbourne be like tomorrow? What will change? You can hear the trams ding, people going on and off, some in business attire, some with their hair coloured pink, others looking up at the sky and the skyscape. You can always tell who's a tourist when they're looking up, because they're not really looking where they're going and they're not really understanding the flow of the city. They bless them, but they sort of get in the way. It's like, mate, could you please look where you're going? But can you blame them? Perhaps maybe we should look up more at the beautiful architecture that is Melbourne. Yeah, but you really should look where you're going a bit. You enter a cafe, and the best part about that is you know you're gonna get a good coffee. We should be proud of that in Melbourne, that we can go to most places and get a good brew Like, unlike, no offense, Brisbane, I mean, you're trying. It's just not the same. I mean, it's a bit bitter, and usually they burn the milk, and you don't want to admit that you're from Melbourne when you're there, because you know they're going to be like, oh, another Melbourner complaining about coffee. But you know I'm not wrong. Melbourne's got the best baristas. And the reason why is because we had this influx of Italians and Greeks coming here and bringing this fabulous coffee culture that is Melbourne. And don't get me even started on the Chinese food here. Damn, it's good. Often, you know, when you're going down Little Bourke Street and you feel like a cheeky dump, you know the dumplings are going to be off the chain. Particularly at 3 a.m. when you've had a big one and they're still open. That, my friends, is a good city. Thank you, Melbourne. I love you, Melbourne. And have a great afternoon.